Black hat SEO, the most dangerous type of SEO. And today I'm going to give you my four, not illegal, but my four black hat SEO strategies that you should try, of course, at your own risk. But before I reveal to you what these six strategies are, let me first tell you why black hat SEO strategies stop working and when. Because black hat doesn't work forever. And so the very first reason why these strategies stop working is because everyone's doing it and it becomes irrelevant, useless, right? If everyone's doing something, well, you lose the edge, okay? So all the ones I'm going to show you right now, they still work till today, okay? Again, use them at your own risk, but they still work today. And the second thing is that Google, Bing, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, in these AI engines, right, crack down on it. So the only two reasons, or the main two reasons why they stop working is because one, everyone's doing it, and two, these platforms crack down on it. But again, still, the ones I'm going to show you today, the four ones, still work today. Now, second thing is, why do these strategies work so well? Well, first thing is because, right, it pushes you to test new stuff. This might be a bit of a rant, but testing new stuff in anything in life, right? Testing new stuff that you're uncomfortable with, testing stuff that's never been tested. This is how we find these strategies, right? This is how we find stuff that nobody else has done, right? And we try and fail multiple things, and eventually something clicks. Something that's a bit black hat, maybe a bit against Google's terms of service, right? And it does work, but you only find these strategies by pushing through, right? If you just go for white hat stuff, if you could just go for what everyone's doing and following the Google search, Google guidelines, right? You're never going to get the edge over people. It's going to be very hard. And black hat, again, you can get your site penalized, but if you do it right, it can still work, okay? I mean, they do work. Oftentimes people get penalized because they do it too much, okay? Or they brag about it online. And the second reason as to why they work so well is, again, SEO strategies don't work because they're inherently special, right? No strategy is really special in and of itself, right? They work precisely because few people are using them, right? Let's say, for example, we have a highway, okay? Cars go through here. And that's just this, right? And some company decides to put up a billboard. Okay, there's a billboard right here. So now, every car that goes through, they see the billboard and they see the ad. Amazing. But what happens when everyone in the area figures out, okay, this guy's making a lot of money? Well, a bunch of other billboards are going to start popping up, right? A bunch of them. And so now, this one isn't so special because the attention now is going to this one. I mean, there's too many. So a strategy that worked before now doesn't work because everyone's doing it. So when an SEO tactic is unique, it grabs attention, stands out, and creates leverage, right? But the moment everyone else discovers the same tactic and search engines find about it and don't like it, right, it loses its edge. And suddenly, what was once fresh and effective becomes common and invisible. And this is like the case with many black hat SEO strategies from the past. For example, one that comes to mind is blog comments, right? Back in the day, like spamming blog comments on a bunch of these websites used to like actually work. Nowadays, if it works, like it's super minor. And there's a list, an endless list of black hat SEO strategies that don't work anymore. Okay, so just know that these strategies, like if you're watching this video like a year or 2 years from now, maybe none of this is relevant anymore. Okay, so again, for today, for 2025, these still work. And I honestly think at least one of them right here is still going to work for a long time because it's quite tricky to implement. Okay, so let's break it down. What's the very first one? The very first black hat SEO strategy. Hey, it's me. Bit of an interruption here, I know, but I wanted to make sure that you know that I have a done-for-you service. So if you want me to do all your SEO for you, it's going to be the very first link in the description. If you go to arvo.com/call, again, the very first link in the description, it's a service where you can hire me to do your SEO for you. I'll come in as a co-founder of your business. I'll analyze what your business is, what you sell, why you sell it, who your customers are, who your competitors are, what the pain points of your customers are, and develop a SEO strategy. I'll present the strategy to you. If you agree, if you want to go for it, I'll then start to apply the strategy and work one-on-one with you to build the strategy. And the good thing about this is that I guarantee a 25% increase in organic search traffic in 90 to 180 days, or you don't pay. So this, I think it's pretty cool. I think we're the only business doing this because we can afford to do it, because I know my SEO knowledge works, and I know any strategy that I implement in any type of business works. So if you want to hire me, again, to do your SEO for you, I guarantee I'll increase your site's traffic for non-branded search keywords by 25% in 90 to 180 days, or you don't pay. Again, I'll just come into your business and like do the SEO for you. So it's going to be the very first link in the description. Check it out if you want me to do your SEO for you. If not, well, I'll let you keep watching. Cheers. Is fake schema markup. This is super interesting. Now, if you don't know what Schema Markup is, let me give you an example, right? When you go on Google and search, for example, for Apple AirPods Max, right? Schema Markup is this little snippet of code you can put on your site that gives you stuff like this. So these little stars right here, this is done with Schema. This image right here is only here because of Schema. So they put Schema Markup right on this page. And what Schema is, just a little snippet of code. You can go watch this video right here. It shows you how to like do all this stuff, what Schema is, how it works, and how to put the code into your site that gives you like these little things right here. So go watch this video right here. It teaches literally step by step how to get this stuff. And so, yeah, it's a valid and it is a white hat SEO strategy. Now, why did I call it black hat? Well, it's because you can literally take the schema for the stars, right, and put it on any page. You can do fake reviews, right? The number of reviews and the star rating can be fake. And you can put this on any page and it will work, okay? And this is just for one type of schema, just this is called aggregate rating schema, like the little stars. There's a bunch of different schemas. There's a lot of schemas. And so you can use Schema Markup in a non-ideal way. I mean, in the way that Google does it hasn't intended for you to use it that way to create, for example, fake reviews. So, and just look at how much more real estate on the page you have. Like the pixel amount from this is way higher than this. And this stands out, like stars, yellow, right? This stands out a lot. And there's many more, right? For example, there's a FAQ schema, right? Which surely you know about this one. Like this stuff, like these right here. You get these right here if you have a proper FAQ schema enabled. I mean, there's event schema. So you sort of like understand how you can leverage. Event schema is this right here. So if you have an event site, right, you can put in event schema so that when someone's searching for events near them, your events show up here. And so hopefully you start to see how you can leverage this and maybe do fake events, fake reviews. I mean, again, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just telling you people are doing it and it is working. So that's the very first strategy. And you can go watch this video right here that teaches a bit more in depth on how schema works, how to get the codes, which codes to choose. So go watch this video right here. It teaches that step by step. And the black hattiness of this strategy is using schema that's fake on pages where that schema shouldn't be there. And I mean, I guess your brain can think about the cool stuff you can do with that. So that's the very first one. Okay, it's pretty cool. The second one is CTR manipulation. I think I talked about this one before. But what this is simply, let's say, for example, we search for plumber Dallas, okay? Now, we are ranking, let's say this is us, right? We're ranking right here, below these guys and below these guys. Now, one of Google's ranking signals, again, there's a lot of them, like backlinkings, the content, how well the content that's ranking satisfies the search intent, the proximity. I mean, there's just a lot of ranking factors. But one of them is CTR, okay? And so what happens if people search for this and they don't click this one, and click this over and over again? If a lot of people search for this keyword or any variation of this keyword and they skip these two and click this one over and over again, well, Google's going to think, why are these guys getting more clicks than the guys above? Well, these guys should be ranking above. And so again, I'm not saying that just by doing CTR manipulation, click-through rate manipulation, you're going to rank first, because this is just one small signal, one small ranking signal, but it's one of them, okay? And so again, if you can get people to click this over and over again, right, eventually Google's going to start swapping up the results, because, I mean, all Google wants is to give its users the best content that satisfies their search intent. And so if Google's seeing people searching for this and they're not clicking the first two results, then Google will think, okay, why am I providing these people with these results if nobody's clicking them? Surely they're irrelevant. So they'll rank you above them, above these ones, because they think, that you are more relevant for this search query. So how do you manipulate search? How do you do click-through manipulation? Well, there's a couple ways which you can do it. You can go to micro workers. What this is a site where you can micro workers, where you can just hire people to do this for you. Now, you can hire real people. Again, if you're doing this the right way, if you're a business in the US, well, make sure their IPs are in the US, right? Google isn't dumb. So make sure their IPs are in the US, make sure that when they search for this stuff, they spend some time on the site so it looks real. Again, if you want, I have a video on this. Go watch this video right here. It teaches you how to do CTR manipulation through this one and through a software that actually does this for you automatically. So there you go, CTR manipulation. It is black hat, of course. Google doesn't want you to do this, but it does work. And as a bonus, right, there's even people doing manipulation right here in the Google Maps, where people you want your business to look real and active, so people are visiting, are contracting your service more and more. So what they do is they get all these phones, okay, and on their Google Maps, on each one of these phones, on their Google accounts, they set up driving directions to the business. So you have all these phones now driving and going around to the business. And so Google sees a bunch of foot traffic coming into your business. Okay, this doesn't really work for plumbers because plumbers go out to the people, but for like beauty salons, massage places, therapists, whatever, right? You get all these phones, right, setting up driving directions and going, and actually like on the maps, you have to have your like little person go to the business. I'm not too sure how they do it, but there are softwares that do this. If I find some more stuff on this, I never done it. I know some people who do it. They find ways to get the phones. And yet the little person, the location, like Google sees the location on this phone, goes from their place, their house, to the business. So they have a lot of foot traffic, which is, again, it's sort of CTR manipulation, but kind of in real life. So combining this with this, I mean, yeah, a black hat technique, but it does work. You're just manipulating the results. So that's the second one. Third, it's an interesting one. It's template injection SEO. Now, I would say out of all these four, this is the one that's a bit more unethical, I would say. Because this doesn't hurt anybody, right? This doesn't hurt anybody. This sort of, to some extent, again, I'm not endorsing you do any of these. I'm just documenting what people do. And what this is simply, let's say, for example, you have a marketing agency, right? You have a marketing agency and you build sites for your clients, or you do SEO for your clients. Well, simply what you do is, if they're using WordPress, on their template, you would just inject a backlink to your site. And so what a lot of people do this ethically. So when agencies build sites for clients, well, they add a link to, hey, this was built by this agency, and the link is visible. But what some unethical people do is they just hide the link within the site's template code. So they inject the website's template with the link to their agency site, or any other site, honestly. I mean, I've seen people do this for not agencies, but other people's sites. So a bit tricky, this one. I would say out of all these four, don't do this. Please don't do this one, but people are doing it. And I guess my goal is to just show you that there's a lot, like, you know that meme about the meme with the iceberg, right? Where there's a lot of stuff we don't know. Like here up top, we see like the good part of SEO, but below the water, that there's some deep stuff. And this one is sort of around here. There's worse stuff. And finally, number 4 is coupon plus fake reviews SEO. Now, what's this? Let me just increase my pen size right here to show you what this is. I'm sure you've seen, like, online when you search, for example, for, let's do Arvo coupon code. Arvo is my business, right? What you see is a bunch of all these simply codes, value ecom, worth every penny, grab on, all these, right? What all these guys do is they create fake coupon codes. Like, none of this works. Like, this is not an existing coupon code, right? This doesn't work. Actually, sorry, I wasn't looking for my business. Let me just, because we sort of rebrand like a week back. So let me just do journalist AI. This was our previous name. So none of this, 65%, this is insane. Like we don't do this, right? None of this actually works. So what they do is they build these fake things, and then this is an affiliate link, you know? So if you click here to buy, well, they get a commission off of you. So again, none of this works. What's the promo code? Let me see. Again, of course, I'm going to be cookied. This doesn't exist. And if you click here, right, I'm going to be cookied with an affiliate link. And so all these guys, what they're doing is getting building up these fake pages, even like using Parasite SEO. They're using GitHub, which is a domain with very high authority, as you see here, very high authority. This is GitHub. Just like as if you were doing like LinkedIn Parasite SEO, right? You're leveraging a very powerful domain instead of just putting this on your own domain to rank this higher. And none of these codes actually work. And so what they're doing, and it's insane. What they're doing is just profiting off of affiliates. So if you want to make money with affiliate SEO, just create a website like this, deals part, like deals whatever, green promo code with fake coupon codes, okay? And then when people click the coupon code, you just tag them with an affiliate, just like these guys did right here. And now if I were to buy the product, well, they get a commission. In fact, they get 30% recurring lifetime, which is our very aggressive coupon code. Now, of course, we stop all these guys. Like, we have mechanisms to stop these from happening, so we don't pay any of these guys, even though we know they're making a lot of money. They would be making a lot of money off of us if we didn't stop this stuff, but they're not, because we stop it. And so that's the final, I guess, black hat SEO strategy. Hopefully that made sense. It is a bit of a weird niche, not very ethical as well, if I do say so myself. But there you go. People are doing it, and people at least with us, they're not making any money, but they could be making a lot of money if we were not stopping it, because it's insane. Again, just creating fake coupon codes and then ranking their sites, or using like LinkedIn or GitHub or these authoritative sites to like just rank the content with parasite SEO. If you want to learn a bit more about parasite SEO, you can go watch this video right here. Now, if you want to learn 6 more black hat SEO strategies, you can go watch this video right here, which teaches you 6 more of these cool black hat SEO strategies, which again, use them at your own risk. Some of them work, some of them might not work. But again, if you want to learn more about SEO and black hat SEO strategies, you can go watch this video right here. So give it a go, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.